Hey guys, welcome to a new video. I wanted to do a review today of the best pattern software that I personally found on the internet today. I made a video about this a few days ago, a few weeks ago, whenever, depending on when you see this video, I titled it The Best Free Passive Income Print-on-Demand Pattern Tutorial. And really what I was showing in that video is how to take the patterns and put them into Etsy, Zazzle, things like that, TeePublic, things like that, right? I'll leave that link in the description if you happen to want to watch that video. And speaking of patterns, I also made another video, right? It says here 10 days ago, which by the time you're watching this, it won't be 10 days, but another pattern video here, which actually shows you how to create certain patterns with Canva. And Canva has certain tools inside of it that allow you to go ahead and do so the easy way. With that being said, guys, you have all these different pattern software tools. You even have AI tools that can create patterns. But I actually like this pattern tool better. And I'll tell you why. Is because it's very perfect. And when I say perfect, it's got everything you could possibly need. So first of all, within this software here, there's over 310 actual physical patterns, but they can be changed into combinations where over millions and millions of patterns you can extract from it depending on the design that you want. So if we just look here, and this is kind of, you could think of this as me showing you the software tool. Let me just make sure the camera's picking all this up. The website is called patternhippo.com. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to show you some tricks on it and how to get certain things done. So these are patterns, right? And it starts off like this. By the way, it's free to use, and you can use it commercially as well. So you could create these patterns and upload them to Etsy and sell them. You can create these patterns and upload them to Redbubble, and it will make you money. You could take these patterns and upload them to, however you want to set it up, you could do it. Basically, you can make money off of these, right? And so you have here different wave patterns. This is called chevron patterns, herringbone patterns, flower patterns. These are called plus patterns, whatever, like a plus sign, circles, diamonds, and the squares. The list goes on and on and on. I'm not going to go through all 300 plus patterns, but they exist and they're here, and that's kind of why I wanted to make this video, to show you some of the tricks here. So the first thing is they have this search within this where you can search for different patterns. So if I search for Halloween patterns, right, guess what? They have Halloween patterns with skulls and pumpkins and candy and bats and all kinds of stuff, which is really, really cool. They also have Christmas patterns, so I could search for Christmas patterns, right? They have a lot of different stuff. So if you want to search for something, you can search for all kinds of different like letters that kind of have to do with it, right? So these are like herringbone, we have diamonds, hexagon patterns. Let's go ahead and pick something really simple like this hexagon pattern, all right? So let me show you the controls. You have the zoom, you have horizontal position, vertical position, stroke, join mode, which basically allows you to join the elements, whether it's squared or rounded. And then we have angle, and then we have colors, all right? Now, depending on the situation that you're in, like let's say you have something like this pattern, there might be a little bit more settings. It just depends on the situation, right? And then under these settings, you have an inspire me setting, and then you have a reset setting, okay? Now, under those, if you scroll down, you have this bar where you can have the CSS, the SVG download, or the PNG download, and also you can select the dimensions you want, right? So, and here, obviously, you can hide the user interface, which is basically the left-hand side for the settings, and then you can kind of keep it on like this. So let me show you kind of like the things that it can create. So let's pick this pattern, for example, and I click Inspire Me. I'm clicking here, and it's producing me different generations of different patterns. So you can see here I'm clicking Inspire Me, and boom, like every time I click, it's coming up with a brand new pattern. Now this pattern is different than this pattern, and this pattern is different than this one, and this one's different than this one, right? All kinds of different patterns here, right? So I can, just off of this one design alone, the infinite number of colors, the infinite number of designs, the infinite positions that it's in, the spacing as well. I forgot to mention that spacing, right? So many different settings that contribute to creating different patterns instantaneously. So if you click here, like I'm just creating pattern after pattern after pattern after pattern. And the whole point of this is that it's completely free. You don't have to pay a penny to get this tool to work. So let me go ahead and look here. And to be honest, I think they should charge for this, but hey, it is what it is. If I was a business owner and I owned this, I would charge for it. That's just me. But you look at this. This is a very, very good tool. Look at all these different things right here, right? So anyways, the point here is that you could create any one of these things. Now, let's go into, for example, like a pattern like these triangles, okay? So these, right, you can work on the stroke, how thick you want the triangles. And so if you look at something like this, this is a completely different pattern than this. They're the exact same color, but they're not the same image, right? It almost like this is a background with lines through it. And then this is almost like these triangles placed on another background, right? So it's completely different, and the style is different. And look at how many you can generate from here. So the thing that I would do here is, if you're a seller online, I actually should make a video on this, but you want to figure out how can you make as much money as possible from a platform like this. Let's just say you happen to sell on Etsy, okay? What you want to do is you want to create these patterns, some of the patterns, not all of them, but let's say some. Let's say you create 5, 6, 10 listings on Etsy with these patterns. Then what you want to do from a business standpoint is you want to figure out how you can navigate people from Etsy off of Etsy onto your site. The number one problem for Etsy sellers is what? Is that Etsy has full control. That's a problem. It doesn't seem like a problem when you're doing good with them, but when they ban your account, that becomes a problem. So what do you want to do? You want to have a website simultaneously at the exact same time. Now you might sit here and say, well, what's the point of having a website? Well, the point of having the website is that every single time somebody orders a product, you're going to send them a little website link, through the download, whatever. They're going to click on it, and they're going to now know that your product is for sale in new variations on your homepage, right, on your website. And so what you're going to do is you're going to give bonuses to people to motivate them to shop at your website, right? You're going to have different versions of samples, more samples, maybe cheaper pricing, whatever the case may be. And now what you're doing is you're creating an influx of people who now know, like, and trust you, but now they're also coming to your site. See, Etsy can provide that know, like, and trust kind of concept. But when they come from Etsy to your own website, then you're kind of building. And I'm going to make a video on that in the future, like a separate video in the future about this kind of stuff, so I can show you step by step how to set it up. But that is an A1 game plan, because you want to build up the value of your website, and in the future you could sell your website or you can keep it. I mean, if you just want to have consistent passive income, that's cool too. You can keep it, but you can look here. Like, if I was to create a listing with just this pattern, look at how many I can create. There are infinite numbers that I can create just off of this one thing. And the cool thing about this is that you're going to look at this and you think every single opportunity is given to you, really. And you have the ability to just go out there and do it, and it's just a matter of doing it. But as we're saying, there's always two groups of people, right? There's people who active people, and then there's passive people. And the passive people are going to say, someday I'll get onto it, or someday I'll do it, and someday I'll try it. But they won't. That's the whole vision of their life. Someday they'll eventually try something, but they won't do it. You're looking at a free opportunity here, and you guys know, if in order for something to be free and actually good at the same time is rare. I believe, me personally, in you get what you pay for, right? And in this case, you're not paying anything for this, but you're getting a ton of value here. Look at this. And I'm just saying it's pretty beneficial. I mean, you could make this happen for you. So if you guys want to make passive income, you have opportunity to do it right here, right now. So by far, this is, to me, the very best pattern making tool that has ever existed. There's a tool, I believe it's called Repper, that in my opinion, honestly, the patterns don't look as attractive as these, and you have to upload these images, and it takes an image and it starts refractoring the image, almost like a weird mirror effect, and it's actually paid for it. I think you have to pay for it monthly. I know you have to pay for it monthly. It's nowhere near as good as this one. So, it is what it is. So, everybody has the opportunity to be successful and make money. It's just a matter of if you'll do it. And this is a perfect example. that gives you complete opportunity to go ahead and do so. I'll leave a link in the description to the tool if you want to happen to use it, or you could literally just go to patternhippo.com. It's not an affiliate link. There's nothing to sell. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just simply sharing with you guys an example of a site, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.